So, Richard Davies, Michelin star chef and Manor House in Castle Coombe. The 10 questions that every chef wants to know. HP or ketchup?
Do I have to pick one of those, or can I go for my own?
Well, you go on then.
I'm more of a mayo man. Mayonnaise with bacon. With
Really?
a bit of lettuce, and put the lettuce through the mayo.
Fantastic.
Bit of cracked pepper.
Is that a Welsh thing?
Possibly. It could be a Bridgend thing. But I think if I had to choose HP or ketchup, then ketchup.
Lovely. And the biggest cowboy trick that you've ever seen, or that you'll admit to doing?
Oh my God. Where do you start?
With the biggest one.
I've seen so much over the years, I don't know where to start. I think the best one that I ever see, that I still tell people today, is when I was in my first job, the sous chef at the time. He stepped in when the guy was making his custard for Sunday lunch, and you know, they needed it now. Basically, they needed the custard for like 5 minutes ago, and they had this big pan of milk. And it was like stone cold, and there was, you know, that one coming up to the boil to make this custard for, you know, at least 10-15 minutes. So he took the bullseye out of the middle of the stove and literally dropped it straight into the milk, and, you know, instant boil. But oh my God, you had to explain the little black flecks in there.
Vanilla.
Yeah, I think he passed it off as vanilla in the end. So definitely that's got to be the
shocking.
Be the worst.
Shocking. And the worst cut, scar or injury that you've ever had?
Right here, cut straight through my tendon when I was maybe 15. I was, you know, part-time washing pots, and I'd been helping out in the kitchen for a while. You know, doing the little turn veg and peeling, you know, shallots and dicing this, and they were short-staffed through the summer holidays, and I was going to be spending 2 weeks full-time as a chef in the kitchen. And you know, the head chef gave me, you know, a few of his old knives and a steel, and I was you know, in my garage the night before my first day, sharpening them all, and literally cut straight through the tendon.
Oh God!
And I had my arm in plaster for almost 2 months. So I was completely unable. I did try to go to work the next morning until Mum stopped me as I'm walking out the door, because I had it covered with a plaster. But of course I needed stitches and microsurgery to put that back together.
Fantastic. Coffee or tea?
Tea first thing in the morning, a coffee after that, and then tea for the rest of the day. Definitely a tea man.
Marco or Gordon?
Marco. No question.
The best excuse you've ever heard or you've used to throw a sickie?
I don't think I have ever thrown a sickie, and I'm not just saying that.
One that you've heard, one that you've had used on you.
We have had. It wasn't someone telling me, but when I was at Hospital Road, there was a story about a chap that actually phoned up and said that his grandmother had died, and Gordon, you know, back in the day, you know, he looked after his staff, and
yeah.
You know, I remember when I tore the ligaments in my ankle, and you know, I was lying in bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he phoned to find out how I was. So Gordon, being Gordon, phoned this chap's mum to offer his condolences, and you know, about his grandmother passing away, and she had no idea what he was talking about. So I'm sure he got a little clip off his
yes.
Mum after
No,
that.
I can imagine. And if you weren't a chef, you'd be a...
What would they be? Racing driver.
Fantastic. The last CD you brought or downloaded was?
Honestly, or?
Yeah, absolutely honestly.
Actually, the last CD I bought, Foo Fighters, Greatest Hits. That's not so.
That was lucky for you, wasn't it? You've got a cool vote there. Yeah. Okay. The last restaurant or hotel that you ate at was?
Crown at Whitebrook.
And last but by no means least, what's the one item in your kitchen that you couldn't cook without?
My staff.
Richard Davies, thank you very, very much for your time.
My pleasure.